Kaye Stone-Gansz. She's a graduate of Monroe Community College, Rochester Institute of Technology, and St. John Fisher College. She holds an associate's degree in computer science, a bachelor's degree in computational mathematics, and an MBA. In 2011, Kaye retired from a 25-year career at the Xerox Corporation, where she spent several years as a senior executive in the North American Service Organization. In late 2011, she and her husband, Ross, formed Stone-Gansz Enterprises Incorporated in preparation of purchasing a gravel pit in Sodus, New York. I started working with Kaye in February of 2012 after she attended one of our WMBE seminar programs. Shortly thereafter, she, or Stone-Gansz Enterprises, purchased Smith's Gravel Pit in Sodus, New York with personal funds, lots of collateral, and a bank loan. She's since been awarded another loan through the Wayne County Industrial Development Agency and has added some new equipment. Kaye has also participated in the SBDC and NYSERDA Energy Audit Program. The audit revealed over $12,000 a year in potential savings that they're currently reviewing bids for. So check out the NYSERDA program. There might be some extra dollars there for you. Kaye is currently the president and CEO of Stone-Gansz Enterprises and president and owner of Smith's Gravel Pit. In her role, she runs the day-to-day operations of Smith's Gravel Pit, an aggregate mining facility, which also provides trucking and excavation services. Works strategic development, business expansion for Stone-Gansz Enterprises as well. Kaye was one of Rochester Business Journal's 40 Under 40 recipients in 2004 and 2006. She was inducted into the Monroe Community College Hall of Fame. I have to keep going here. She's a wonderful person. Kaye served as the March of Dimes board chair for the Genesee Valley Finger Lakes region from 2004 through 2011. And she currently resides on the board of directors for both the Wayne County Business Council and the Professional Women of Wayne County. She may be on this board someday. She's married to Ross Gansz, who's general manager for CGS Fabrication, a division of Calvary Automation in Webster, New York. They have a daughter, Jacqueline, and son, John Ross. They currently reside in Newark, New York, and as you can see that Kaye is a moving force in the business world, and it is my pleasure to introduce Kaye to you today.
Thank you, Dave. I appreciate all that. I think you got my whole world history on that one. So yeah, basically I traded in business suits for Carhartts and steel toe shoes. And I'm loving it. I love that heavy equipment, and I love being in a man's world. So I want to thank the SBDC for this honor. I really appreciate it. I want to thank Jan. I want to thank Mary. And I want to thank Dave for all the help that they did give me. I actually do come from a family of entrepreneurs. I actually have a lot of experience in farming, agriculture, auction, retail, so and demolition actually. That's kind of where my heavy equipment experience comes into play. So growing up, I grew up in a family of farming, potatoes and onions, and I acquired a huge work ethic, as you guys can imagine. I had a hardcore father, a hardcore grandfather, and if I wasn't out of bed by 5 a.m. to be out on the fields, something was going to hit me, and it wasn't a potato. So I learned very early in life that when you get a job, you focus hard, you make sure that you're giving it everything you've got, and you really go out there and do a good thing for the business you're working for, or whoever you're working for. Take pride in what you do. And I learned that very early in life. My mother was a music teacher, so she was kind of on the, I think Kaye should go to college. My dad was kind of like, I think Kaye should run the farm. So basically what I decided to do is to go to college, which I did. You heard my background. And I got my several degrees, and I went to work for Xerox Corporation as a summer intern. Loved it, loved working for the company. I went into engineering. That was my passion, loved it, specifically software engineering. Spent a few years there, went into manufacturing, product development. I delivered several products out to the field for Xerox Corporation. And then this last few years, I was the senior director for Xerox Service for North America and Canada. So I had quite a big organization, but I needed to get my passion back into the entrepreneur spirit. I met my husband, Ross, who is over there. Ross, you want to stand up? Ross is a huge supporter of where I'm at today. I wouldn't be here without Ross. My family has been a huge supporter, because walking away from a big job that I had at Xerox was a tough one. Very big, it was huge. I left a lot of great people. I did love the job, but I really wanted to get back to my roots, which was the entrepreneurship. So as I looked around with my husband on what we wanted to do, we settled on a gravel pit, of all things. But I'll tell you, I'm loving it. I've had my challenges, as you can imagine. The workforce I had at Xerox was different than the workforce I have today. They talk a different lingo. I had to really tighten my belt, so to speak, because some of the stuff that we talk about on a day-to-day basis is a little different than I talk about at Xerox. So, but the key thing was for me to really set a strong strategy with this team. Regardless if they were blue collar or white collar, what I found was if I came in and set a true direction on where I was headed, and they knew that I had a good, strong background and I knew what I was doing. Maybe I didn't, but they think I do. And that's the whole point, because now they've all lined up behind me. I did have one employee I had to let go because he did not want to work for a woman. And I very kindly showed him the door, period. I wasn't putting up with it. So the bottom line is, I set a strong direction. They're all lined up behind me. We're cranking so much gravel out of this gravel pit right now. It's great. I'm loving it. The employees are really good. And if you treat your employees well, you're gonna deliver. And that's my motto. You treat your employees well and your customers even better. And that's the formula to success. The money will come. I don't worry about the money. I worry about my customers' employees, period. So that's kind of, as you can see, I'm a little passionate, probably too much sometimes. I drive my family completely nuts. I've got a toddler, so my job doesn't stop at 7 o'clock at night. I come home and my toddler decides she's going to go to bed at 11. She's ruling the roost at this point. I've got to try to get my hands around that. If anybody has any advice on that, come see me later, because I'm having fun with that one. But I really, again, my family background has really been the strong link on where I am today. And you did hear some of the honors that I have received over the years, and I'm very passionate about community giving. I'm involved with Rotary. I'm involved in the Wayne County Business Council. I try to give back to people that have helped me, and so that's very important to me. I'm a giver backer, so to speak. So it's a community that I live in is very small. So it's just important that we play a part of it. My husband as well, so he's part of that. Again, I want to thank everyone. I think this is a great honor. I so appreciate it. I'm working hard out there. I want everybody to know it's not easy, but if you love it, stick with it. Stick with what you want to do, because it'll come, it'll happen, and I think I'm proof of it. Thank you very much.